Welcome to another video of ISV Forum. And today we are here with Jean Michel of SharinPix. Welcome. And I'm André from ISV Forum. And as you know, we record this type of unboxing video where we invite AppExchange partners to show their solutions, talk about their apps and the origin story of their company, because that's the stuff we're interested in. And we'll dive into it straight away. We have 25 minutes. And if you're watching or wondering who is this for, so that's administrators, consultants, even developers, solution architects, but also business user who is looking for a solution to a problem so you don't have to build it yourself. So you just go to the AppExchange and find, indeed, don't do it yourself, and find a solution that you can pretty much just plug and play and get started. So for the next 25 minutes, we'll be talking with Jean Michel about SharinPix and say welcome. So Jean Michel, can you tell us a bit about SharinPix and yourself, of course? And I have roughly 5 questions before we start into a demo.
Perfect. Thank you, André. Very happy to be part of this ISV Forum unboxing series. And definitely, so I'm Jean Michel Mougeolle. I'm the CEO and founder of SharinPix. Being in the ecosystem, very active in France since a long time ago. Being one of the founder of French Admins, if ever you've assisted to that even before. If not, it's going to be once again on the 2nd of December of 2025. But I'm also a Salesforce MVP, Hall of Fame, and I'm very happy to talk about SharinPix today once again.
All right, thank you. And with SharinPix, you've been in the ecosystem for a long time. But has SharinPix also been around forever? Like, when did it start, and what's sort of the first steps?
So the story started 10 years ago. I was a CIO of a company where I was implementing Salesforce. And at one moment of time, people asked about needed pictures from the work site to appear in Salesforce to manage job. And definitely, we started building something with Heroku, starting to talk about that in the community as well, because Heroku in Salesforce, that was pretty new at this time. And each time we talked about that, we always had people coming at the end of the talk saying that, oh, interesting thing that you do with images. I may need that as well. So we started to think about maybe we can do a business net. So we started that story in 9 years ago. We started being on the AppExchange. So it has been a long journey, starting as photo experts. Now you see that the name that we have is more visual experts, meaning that we don't do only photos, we do a lot of other things, including videos, plan, and etc. And we've been through that until we have been asked to add questions around photos. So we're becoming also making forms part of the offer that we have to make things very visual and very easy for people on the field to manage in Salesforce.
Oh, nice. That's a good start, and especially in 9 years, become a very mature company, and you're based in France, right?
Totally. Yes, the headquarters is based in France, but we have people in the US, especially people for support, partnership, and the customer success management, because we have a lot of customers in the US, and most of the technical team is based in Mauritius. I have to visit them twice a year and spend one long week in Mauritius at least, which is a pity you can't imagine. I mean, maybe you have to visit us one day.
That sounds good. There's worse places to be for a week for work. And so that's a bit behind the company. But who's a typical type of person uses your product or all the products?
Yeah. So basically, we started being the unblockers of situation where you want to work with something visual and Salesforce doesn't offer that feature. That happens almost all the time as soon as you are seriously taking pictures while you're being on the field. That's the main usage that we have, not the only one, but the main one, wherever you ask people to take ugly pictures, meaning that what they need there is pictures to be a proof or explanation about what they are facing during their duty, and making that part of the Salesforce implementation. So mainly people visiting shop, but also doing implementation, maintenance, and installation, and etc., etc. So all those people requires to prove what they are doing, taking photos. Nowadays, they are doing far more visually. They are doing sketches. They are placing deficiencies on the plans, they are answering a form, they are recording videos where they can speak and show stuff, why they show what it is at the same time, like a big directional camera discovery or whatsoever they need there. So that's the main usage. But we also have other usages where we are talking about beautiful images. When you have companies that needs images to be prepared to be pushed on the web, as an example. So we have people on the real estate that needs to take pictures, very beautiful pictures by photographer, and push that in an organized way to different ads on the web, as well as people that validate design. So we are working with big companies such as Paramount or Viacom, wherever when you have to use a character such as SpongeBob as an example in a t-shirt, you have to prove what kind of design you're going to use, what it's going to look like, etc. So they got also this kind of design validation process where visually they have to annotate and make loops around that. So whatever visual thing that you need in Salesforce, we have the solution to unblock you. And if ever you come with something new that we don't have the solution, we're going to build it and make it part of the product.
Sounds good. So indeed, also what your shirt says, visual experts. That's good. And of course, you're on the AppExchange. And just in case, just putting the name here so everyone knows what to look for on the AppExchange. What I would like to do is I'll start sharing my screen, and then we go to the AppExchange, have a look at your products listing, and then do a demo of one or two things, but you can guide me through what we're going to demo.
Perfect.
So let's see. Then we have my screen is here. Of course, I prepared this. So I searched for SharinPix.
And there is already a bunch of things that appear. I agree. So first, if you want to go free, we have a free component that you're free to use, going to be free forever. It's just help you dealing with images with almost two components. One which is much more like showing one single image in a dynamic way, and the other one showing a slider with images that you can upload. It's only using the basic of Salesforce. So to be really frank, if you're a good developer, you may be able to do something similar or close to that. Because we worked with images since years, we've put all the things that we've learned about Salesforce capabilities to put that there. The others are making more than what Salesforce is offering due to the architecture. We are relying on extra libraries and external sophisticated services that permits to resize picture on the fly and make them appear in different ways, making modification on images. And basically, the first one that you see, Images App by SharinPix, is the most popular and the most used. Wherever it contains everything visual, and we're gonna go on that one just after. The others are much more like orientation of usage, such as field inspection and forms, to show all the capabilities that we have to help people being on the field, especially with different ways of entering data that include also visual. PDF app is one that is more oriented about slicing PDF into different pages and working at the page level when it's needed, and also merging PDF together and gathering documents that are scanned for your reason and packaging them for some other people. However, search and display is on the Agent Exchange. It's an action for agents. If you want to talk to an agent to find some images that you have to pack together to send by email, you will be able to do that thanks to that entry. But I think that we should start with the images one.
Yeah, no, that's good. And actually, good that you mentioned it, because of course everyone knows the AppExchange, but there's also the Agent Exchange, which is very, very recent, very new, and good to see that you already have multiple solutions on there.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
And so I'll click now on which one?
On the image one. I propose that we go first there, and on the image one. So it's always the same story. You have Get In Now and the Try It button. They changed that. So the chat that appear, if you want to talk to us, I may be the one answering, but you have a bunch of people that's going to be available as well there. You just have to talk here if you want to ask a question about anything related to visual in Salesforce, even not buying, but just asking for an advice. We're very happy each time we can show what kind of path it's better to take when you have this kind of needs within your Salesforce. You have the Get It Now and Try It button. So Get It Now is to install. Now Try It button permits to do extra stuff that was part of the Get It Now button. So can you click on Try It for me? And if you click on Try It, now you will see that you got different ways. So first, you can install on the sandbox, then you will have to install that. So it's a very good one to go for. It's similar to the Get In Now button, but Get In Now button is installing on your production, so you can start right away using that. By the way, it's come with 2 weeks of free trial. You will be pushed a very good documentation. We will be here to help on the installation of that. Test Drive is also very good options where you already have an experience. You can't modify it. You can't learn that much, but you see that in action. At least it's a good starting point. However, the ultimate one, and we love that one, I will really push you to try the Trialforce org. And I think that you already did that, and you tried that. So when you click there, it's just create a new org for you that is coming with a lot of implementation that has been done, documentation that is according to each use case that is presented, so you understand what it is like, but also already filled with visual that has been prepared in order for you to see in action what are the expected results. So as soon as you've filled that, you just have to click Start Trial, and boom, you're going to be asked to wait a little because it's not immediate, but in a few minutes of time, you will have access to new org that's going to be able to show you that power and that magic that you will be able to personalize, by the way, because that's your org for 30 days to play with, to personalize, and it's come for free as well.
Oh, perfect.
I'm all good.
Okay, so I just clicked on the submit button, and then we get to this page. And in the meantime, there's a trial org being prepared in the background.
Absolutely.
But of course, to not lose time, we have a trial org prepared here.
Yes, and this is exactly where you jump when you have the trial org that requires very few steps to get access to a lot of information. You see that you will be able to learn, to have a lot of examples that will be sliced by either use cases and features or the components. If you want to use that as how should I use this component and where should I use it? So as an example, we can go to the use case inspection. So we have an example here on the tabs, if you like to click on that one. And here we have one on the Eiffel Tower Hotel that has been pre-populated with images. So first on the left, you see that you have tabs that explain you how you can try, or you can build that, and also get you demo videos that permits you to replicate that. But here, in that case, we're just going to do the demo right away. So as an example here, what we can do is filtering on images that has been captured on the field using the filter button. You see that tags has been applied by people on the field using what we call a checklist. And if you click as an example on elevators, it will just show you the images according to elevators. And then you can click on one, maybe the one on the middle that gets this annotation, as you see, that has been done by someone on the field. Everything here is on layers that permits even desktop users to be able to edit that afterwards. So if you click on the little icon that permits to view or unview or hide the annotation, that permits you to view what is behind or even to edit it. The pane just next to it permits to have access to the edition. So you can click on any part of that and make any modification or delete a part or add a part wherever it's needed, because everything here is vectorial and could be changed at any time. So that's the idea behind SharinPix, is to work wherever you need that and being sure that's going to be easy to be implemented and saved back in your Salesforce. So play with the trial org. I mean, get your hands dirty there. You can break everything. You can try by yourself. You can recreate one that's gonna be pre-populated with images like those ones. Super easy to understand all the power, and we will be here to help at any time. But I think that we have other things to overview during that demo time, and that's very, very proud about is the latest thing that we provide there.
All right. And just before we go to the next section, if people do break something here, they can also contact you to get some guidance, of course, next to the demo videos and the documentation. And there's a lot out available already.
Yes, and André, we have to be clear here. You've tried that out. You've asked us, so you can tell how the experience was. We try always to be as supportive. It's not because it's you. We know you, but we do that for anyone that needs to try and have an understanding about what SharinPix. I hope that we did a good job there.
Yes. Oh no, that definitely. I went in there really not really knowing, not even a use case. I just wanted to click around and see, and I got all the support I needed. So that's now I have a working org. So that's good.
Perfect. So yes. On the next one, I think that we want to talk about the new thing that we have on the AppExchange, which is the form ability that permits to run inspection on the field. So on that one, you can also try that or install that and ask for any support on our side. And the idea behind this listing is to be able to create forms and very easily run that there. So that the last one that you've selected here, which contains everything else from SharinPix. So you can work on every visual, but you can work on visual in a structured way, meaning that you will be able to build a template on the form that you want people on the field to follow, answer questions, filling things with photos, documenting some questions with notes and videos, and maybe on other ones doing sketches. And I think that we've built with you one example of that on an org that you've installed from there. That's correct?
Yes, correct. And of course, because we're based in the Netherlands, we have a lot of bikes here, so we're going to be looking at inspecting bikes.
Good idea. That's a very good idea. So we do that for Velma Dinkley. Where did you find that name?
Well, that's of course, one of the Scooby-Doo characters.
Oh,
That's the one, with the glasses, and she finds everything and she solves everything. I thought it was a very appropriate name for today's demo.
Perfect. And so from here, you can run a bike inspection, but I think that you did that, but you did that from the mobile, an iPad with a tablet. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. So indeed, what we're looking at now, this is the I'd say internal Salesforce, but I'll switch to a tablet now just to see what it looks like when you're actually doing the inspection.
Pretty cool.
So quick switch.
And by the way, while you switch, what you're going to see is working also if you don't have the Salesforce mobile app installed, and it's working on all the devices in Android, on iOS. If it's a tablet or a phone, it adapts itself to whatever size of screen you get there.
All right, perfect. And this is also on an Android Android tablet. So what we'll see here again, this is Velma, and let's see. So to start the inspection, what I did is click on this button, the bike inspection.
What is happening? It's opening the SharinPix mobile app with a form that you've built a template for, which includes a lot of information to fill. So we even have added some section. By the way, those values could have been filled automatically from Salesforce if you need so. And you can have things organized into sections. We could also have repeated sections if ever you need to add things like deficiencies lists or something like that.
And insurance details, rental contract, quite often, of course, that's already known on for Velma what she has. Frame number. I do actually have some bikes here. We can take a photo of, because that would be cool, of course. Am I allowed to do that yet, or not yet?
Yeah, please go ahead. I mean, click on the back general view and take some photos of the bike there.
Of course, we've got Epi and Astro here, but I'm gonna go to the bike. So what do we think?
That's good.
This one?
Yeah, it's in a bad shape, but we're good for that.
So yeah, just took a photo.
Yeah, and you could have hundreds of photos. It will work exactly the same, and the beauty of that is working fully offline. So you don't have to wait for the upload of the picture to continue. You can just catalog everything, including videos and things like that, and being able to do that. I don't know if you've played with the frame number thing that we have set it up. If you have somewhere a picture with a number on the frame. So if you use now the way to capture the frame number, you see that you have a magic wand next to camera, because we empower the picture with magic. So you can go on the camera, take a picture, and behind the button we have expressed how to read the frame number. So here, as an example, you got the frame number on the frame, and if you take that in picture, we have a prompt-like way of describing what needs to be captured from the photos. And that is recognized from the photos and put it there. Even if it were a bunch of information and you just need the serial number or whatever date it was installed, or whatever other information, could be text or could be things that you want to number of ads on the shelf display, or could be an estimate of an area or a room, or even the quality of the work. Is it dirty or is it clean? Is there any problematic or deep is the impact for an accident, as an example? That's thing that you can express there. So super easy not to have the Wi-Fi code effect that you have to type things twice or 3 times before you get it right. So then you can express more things. You can go on the close-up of any problematic if you'd like to take another photo.
Taking photos.
Cool.
Oh,
Okay,
that's a
that's
really close up.
okay. Perfect. Sounds great. So of course, at each time you will be able to do that, and we have a lot of mods that permits to either add scanned documents or video exactly the same way, not only photos. You have placed an area that has been specialized for bike by just uploading a SVG on the template, which is a bike, and choose the right tools. So here you got an highlighter saying that where is the problematic. Obviously, the problematic is on the wheels from what we've seen. And maybe you can also use others extras tools if you'd like to, but that's good there. And you can sign that, and you'll be able to update that directly there. By the way, placing some markers could be done also on the plan that we call a subform that permits to create new entries, such as an example, placing all the problematic that you've seen on the bike and having as many records in Salesforce created on the fly then. So when you submit that, doesn't require us to be online. It will work exactly the same way if you're online or not online. It is submitted for the upload. As soon as you get the connectivity back, nothing to do. We will do the work and upload that in background, and you will retrieve the results within your Salesforce. So it comes with a form response. So you should have a form response that has been created underneath that on the rated list. If you click on the form response, then you will be able to choose a form response accordingly. And the one that has been created lately, you did some tests this morning as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
And from there, you see that we have as many record as answers that has been created. Also, a quick overview that just repeat what you've done to have a quick access, and you retrieve all the data there. So the form answers is much more done for an admin in order to compute extra things based on record, or having a report wherever the question 5 is no, I need to retrieve all the inspection according to that. So you will be able to run this kind of things, or an automation that permits, if the answer is no to question 5, because it's super urgent, to have an email sent to the owner of the inspection to redo something or whatever come to your mind as part of Salesforce implementation. On top of what, we also generate PDFs, and that's a specific button that you can have at the wherever you want. So here we've placed that at the contact level. As soon as you've done an inspection, you may want, for the latest one, to have a PDF that's going to be done. So if you get back to the contact where you were, you may have that done automatically, if I do remember well.
Yeah, so we'll go back to Velma.
Yes. And on the rated list on files, you may find the PDF that has been generated for that and permits to view that. So if you get there and click on that one, You will see what has been generated automatically that permits to have an access and send that to someone that is outside of your Salesforce. If you don't mind getting back to your desktop, maybe we can show how easy it is to create a template in few seconds. Yes. Because the idea here, and that's the vision that we have, is a form like this one should not be only limited to admins to be done. Of course, the implementation, the buttons and the placement, but when you have to add one question or create a new template, because you may have two use cases and you can have the template name that is saved in a field in Salesforce, then the admin can empower the power user in order to create new templates. So if here you go on the inspection, you may have the rated list of forms. Yes. And on the form response, if you open the form response once again from there, on the details there, you have a link to the form template. You have that also on the top, bike inspection. So if you click on bike inspection here, it will open the template and you see that it's just things that you can drag and drop and add very easily by buttons. And you have a WYSIWYG version next to it that permits you to play with it and see how it reacts before you push that to the users. So just like, let's say, easier to use and flows with a lot of power that permits you to create the magic that each time you ask a question, you can ask for pictures to be taken at the same time, etc., add sections, add logics, make things that are necessary, mandatory to be filled, and also conditional view whenever it's needed. So that's what we got as part of this form. Very easy to work with and very easy to set up. And we are offering the first form for free when you want to do a test on that. So you just ask us and we will be, even if it's super easy to do, we love to share the power that is behind because there is a ton of options that you can play with.
Nice. Good. And what I liked is also this is of course from the bike inspection form template. So here you can also see all the responses that have been generated here.
Absolutely, yeah. So you have the view of the user, you have the view of the form template creator. It could be an admin or could be a power user. That say even if I spread all those inspections to all those guys, I may see when it has been triggered. I can build reports on that because everything is a record in Salesforce. You will be able to retrieve the images directly globally from the form or at the question level. So we empower you to do whatever you want based on that. Of course, PDF and the quick view is the easiest way to access to what the inspection explained. But when you got to go to the details or have a report that show you when this is a negative answer, what are the photos that are associated to that, very easy, you will be able to do that.
Perfect. And just quickly while you're talking, I clicked on the same things that I did on the tablet just to also show it's identical to a tablet or in Salesforce itself.
Absolutely. And that's the idea is everything that we develop is always designed for tablets mobile first. So we're sure that it's going to react in a nice way on the desktop at the same times. But we know that most of the users are doing inspection, running inspection, and doing this kind of duty on tablets and phones. So we are very entitled to make that a very good experience for the people in the field. More likely, adoption is key there. If they are not happy with too many clicks or with things that are clumsy to use on the mobile, they will never use it. So we try to do the best work ever here.
That's very visible. It's just a few buttons and yeah, and what you say, what you see, what you get, drag and drop forms, super easy. Don't need to be an advanced architect to set up and use it.
Yeah, and this version is just the beginning. What is coming next is, and that's thing that we are currently delivering, is inspection and follow-up inspection when you need to compare two inspection side to side. As an example, when you rent a car, or when you go in a flat and give back the key at the end of the renting, then you have to compare things. If things was broken or not broken, they are broken now. And comparing the PDF, having the two inspection together. So we have ways of doing that out of the box. The PDF got a lot of new personalization as well. That is what you've demoed is out of the box and doesn't allow was not set up to make your own logo or your own footer and header, but that's things that you can add, playing with colors and things like that. And a lot of powers using AI to help people to fill that without having to type down everything there, and relying on Gen AI and prompt capabilities to explain what you want to extract and get fields, even a ton of fields by one picture that is taken a metal plate that contains a lot of data, get that splitted into different fields. So you have the proof and the people don't lose time while being on the field to fill that up. Nowadays, it's going to be key to go through that in that way.
Oh, perfect. So just a quick recap.
Yes.
So indeed, we saw the images app and also the new forms app on from the Agent Exchange, and you just hinted a little bit to what's coming on the roadmap. Are there any things, because there were 6 apps that I saw on the AppExchange? Is there any other functionality or tool that we don't have time for to demo now, but you would still like to mention?
Yeah, and definitely the Agentforce action that we've provided there, which is a first step because it's brand new, to be very frank. It's an action that could be added to your agent. If ever you're using SharinPix and we collect images, you can talk to your agent saying something like, "Oh, I remember that bike that was getting the same problem. It was in Rotterdam, not in Amsterdam. It was an inspection something like 2 months ago. That's all I remember. Can you show me all the images that are associated to the question, take an overview of the bike so I can retrieve the bike?" And the agent will say, "Yes, of course," showing you all the images. Then you can click on one image, you can jump to the record, and you can find back the similar example of problematic that you had in Rotterdam 2 months ago. Wherever, if you have to find that by yourself, it could be harder. So the idea is to take the best of the agent technology in order to get an assistant do the work and slice the data for you, and not asking the admin to imagine all the use cases that you will need to search or report on images, but using an agent for that. And then SharinPix is going to empower the agent by doing the retrieval of all the pictures, showing that to you, and make you have some actionable interaction wherever you can download some as zip or click to jump on the record or whatever you have in mind. And I think that it's the future. Agent is super powerful, but it needs data, so we fuel with data, and it needs interaction after. The agent for me is much more like a way to do something that is complicated to express and develop for all the time, because sometimes it's too specific. And as soon as you have the results, what you want is also power to do some choices quickly and prepare the agent for the next action, which should be, as an example, okay, send the images I have selected within an email as a zip file, as an example, without having to understand all the features that are available to deal with images.
Nice. That sounds like there's a lot to look forward to. Thank you. And it's good because, also looking back at how the company started, 9 years ago and solutions, and then hearing these things, I'm like, no, it's really becoming cool. I mean, it was really cool. But now also with the really the agents that can help you, and AI that actually helps you and doesn't just do the basic things. Let's start wrapping it up for now. You already mentioned the chat, so if people want to get in touch with you, of course, they can go to the AppExchange, start the chat. Are there any other ways to get in touch with you?
I mean, as soon as you do an install or an interaction on the AppExchange, you will receive an email anyway, and you will be able to answer to that email and find a visual expert that's going to help you for any question. Definitely the chat on the AppExchange is the best way. We are, as much as possible, present in a lot of events. In the World Tour London, World Tour Paris, and other Agentforce events worldwide and Dreaming events. We love to talk about coming use cases, even if it's not for this year, but it's for next year, and share the thing that we have. But definitely, I will push you to use the AppExchange chat, which is the easiest way to get in touch and have a start of interaction with us and getting the right advices for your next implementation using anything that is visual or inspection related.
Nice. Thank you. Okay, and so you also mentioned. I just want to reiterate that that you also offer a 14-day free trial for new users.
Exactly. So if I try to recap that, going on the trial org, you get that org for you for 30 days. Installing on your own org, you get 14 days, 1 4 of free trial. And as part of those installation, you can always ask for one form free. So you have someone that jump on the call, construct the form with you, doing all the AI stuff or video enabling that maybe is a little hard to get right away. Even if it's well documented, it's so rich that you may miss a crazy wow effect that you want to have on your demo. We will be here to help you on building that. All that is for free. So take advantage of that and enjoy the power behind SharinPix and ask us about any help that we can provide there to make the thing better.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing all the details and the history, the origin story of SharinPix, what's available now and in the future. So for everyone listening, I would like to also say thank you for watching this, to listening to us, and have a look on the website and on YouTube, because that's where these recordings will be. When we close down, you will see the QR code, so you don't have to look for the AppExchange or for SharinPix. Scan the QR code, and that will get you to the AppExchange also to get the 14-day free trial. So don't forget to on YouTube like and subscribe, and also share this video. And for now, thank you so much. Thank you, Jean Michel.
Thank you, André. Really appreciate that. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.